Okay guys, just heading back from Kuroneko, and I thought I might do a topic on how decisions get made in Japan. And I'm going to explain this simple process. It's just a simple example, but this is how all decisions get made in Japan. And just remember this anecdote, and you have a much better time in Japan. So let's do it.
Let's go.
So I could also call this video how the nail that sticks up doesn't always get hammered down, and by the time this video is over you might be able to see where I'm getting at with this. So in the culture I'm from, probably most English speaking cultures are like this, is we have the 51% rule and majority rules, and if you're in a group of people and take an example of you've got a group of 10 people and you want to go out for dinner somewhere, and people will just vote on it. Pizzas, Mexican, Italian, whatever. Show of hands, and as soon as there's at least 51%, that's what you're going to eat. But in Japan, nothing gets done until 100% of the group is happy. So if you're in a group of 5 people and you're out in Nagano somewhere, and it's getting a bit late and everyone's getting a bit hungry and it's time to decide on what to eat, this is how it's done in Japan. And I'm going to explain this simple process. It's just a simple example, but this is how all decisions get made in Japan. And just remember this anecdote, and you have a much better time in Japan. So let's do it. Okay, so this sort of situation hasn't happened to me, but this is what is likely to happen in pretty much every situation. So you've got a group of 5 people, it's getting late, and everyone's got a bit of a rumbly tummy and time to eat. And then someone will suggest a place, and someone says, how about a curry? And 4 people will agree, and then one person will say, I'm not too strong on spicy food. And then someone else will say, how about pizza? And then someone says, I can't eat cheese. And there'll be another suggestion, what about soba? And someone will say, I can't eat soba. So unless there's 100% agreement between the group, nobody's going to go there. But in the situation in my culture, if 4 out of 5 want to eat pizza, guess what? The last person has to suck it up. So this is what I'm talking about. The nail that sticks out doesn't always get hammered down. In that case where the 5th person doesn't eat pizza but they have to anyway, that's a nail that's getting hammered down, isn't it? But that doesn't happen in Japan. Not until everyone's in agreement will an activity happen. And what you'll also notice in Japan, and it's mainly because of this system as well, that they have cultural sort of system, is you don't see big groups of people. When I used to go out as a young guy, we used to go out at least a dozen deep. When we go out somewhere in Japan, normally biggest group you'll see is 4 to 6 would be like a really big group here, but a dozen people is not even a big group when I was growing up. So what will happen, and just keep in mind, and some people maybe forget things that they say. So if, for example, you make it known that you don't like curry, for example, and there's a group of your friends, or who you consider close friends, probably are your close friends, and they've got a few friends and they want to go out for curry night, guess what? They're not even going to call you and to see what you're up to or anything like that. It's because they know you don't eat spicy food. And as a foreigner, if if you don't know this system, you may get offended that what you considered to be a close friend didn't even give you a call on the Friday night to go out for dinner. And it's just this simple thing. They go out where everybody's in agreement with whatever is happening. So I did a video a while back, which I think is pretty useful. It's how social groups are formed and how socializing happens. And if I remember, I'll put it in the description of the video so you can watch that one as well, because this is little things that happen in Japan, and unless you get told, you'll be totally in the dark of how these little nuances happen with friends groups and club groups and whatever. And what I was talking about in the club groups is these groups of friends are formed that have a common interest. So it could be a golf club, rice club, whatever. And you could be best friends with somebody, and they're never going to invite you to a couple of their clubs or whatever, because they know you're just not interested. And what's happening quite a lot in our culture that I'm seeing a lot recently is very needy people. They need to be around people all the time, and they're very easily upset about things. And if you're that type of person, Japan's probably the last country you want to go to. Most people are very independent, and they have their own interests and do things with many different people. So there's not that many bestie friends forever type people. This is only for people that grew up together at school. And guess what? You'll never be a part of that. You'll never have those close bonds. There's people that grew up together and went through all the trials and tribulations of growing up. You had your friends to do that with, wherever you're from. So getting back to the restaurant thing, what would happen in this situation? Well, what would happen is they'd have 6 or 7 suggestions. There's always one party pooper for whatever reason, and they'd probably end up just going for a bowl of noodles somewhere or something. And the funny thing about that is not a single person in that group actually felt like having a bowl of noodles, for example. So it's sort of where nobody wins really, whereas in our culture, the 4 out of the 5 original people would have been super happy that they could have their pizza at their favourite place, and only one person would not be too happy about it, but they tag along anyway, because they know the rules in our culture. If 4 out of 5 want pizza, you're eating as well. And what would happen with the 5th person that doesn't eat the pizzas, if they kick up a stink and carry on, they just won't be invited to go anywhere ever again. That's sort of how it happens in our culture. So that's the proverbial nail that got hit down with the hammer, isn't it? And that's in our culture, and people don't really realise this, but it's true, it happens. The minority in a group will always get trod on by the majority. If people are out on the town and there's a choice of 3 nightclubs and most people want to go to nightclub X, and you want to go to nightclub Y, guess what? You're not going to nightclub Y. It's just how it is in our culture. So the party poopers, these types of people, they get sorted out in our culture in our own ways. But in Japan, it doesn't really happen like this. They sort of try and keep the group nice and happy, and you need to not suggest things in a group that you know somebody's not going to be totally happy with. That's just classless, and people will see it as classless as well. So if you know that somebody in your group that you're with doesn't like whatever, don't even suggest it. Whereas maybe in our group, if there's a group of people and there might be one person and you sort of know they don't like this nightclub, it will still get put out there. How about we go there, even though you sort of know that there might be one or two that don't like it. So that's just a cultural thing, and if you don't know this, you do now. So guys, I'm back home. We've got a big storm rolling in. Had a little bit of rain just when the cafe shut. It looks like a big thunderstorm tonight. Cats have been around. They're happy as Larry. It's good to see. And this is just another topic. If you've got any sort of questions, put them in the comments that I might have missed, and happy to cover it. But anyway guys, as always, hope you liked the video.
Stop. Let's go back home.